flight conditions of Camp Moran weren't difficult enough, Day 1 at Safari Rally Kenya was a baptism of fire for Takamoto Katsuta and Aaron Johnston thanks to a faulty intercom.
Oh, is this an intercom issue already for Taka? Yeah, hand gestures here from Aaron Johnston.
No way. Before the start, we just lost the connection with Aaron. All the way through without pace note. No way.
Despite his frustrations, Katsuta still fourth quickest on the opening stage thanks to the huge time gaps, with his Toyota teammates dominating the leaderboard. Championship leaders Elfyn Evans and Scott Martin were the first to get a flavour of the conditions as road sweepers, but Oliver Solberg and Elliot Edmondson would quite literally taste the mud as the water splashes penetrated the vents and entered the cockpit. Oliver got a bit of mud on his face. A bit like he just had a little bit of mud down the side of his face. He has, look, it's all over his suit. That's where it's come in through the top of the car. Yeah. That wasn't stopping Solberg, though, charging to stage victory by a margin of 30 seconds over Evans and over a minute clear of Sebastian Ogier in P3.
Boy, oh boy, this is going to be some time, and what a way to start the rally. Absolute sea of red behind Oliver, and they are big numbers as well.
Feeling is good in the car, it's easy to drive and it's okay, but for sure it's so crazy difficult. But it was clean stage, yeah, clean stage.
Thierry Neuville and Martin Vidager's fastest time during shakedown was brief respite from a tricky start to the season for Hyundai. But by the end of the first test, Neuville was wishing he'd brought a different mode of transport altogether.
We needed a boat in there, or a tango, I don't know what, but something else than a rally car.
And despite conditions flipping for a dry and dusty stage 2, Neuville wasn't the only man wishing for a different vehicle. Mud-caked radiators from the opening test caused cooling problems for multiple crews. Adrian Formeau and Alex Correa were forced to limp through after a strong set of opening splits, whilst Neuville arrived at the stop control with steam billowing from the bonnet.
Adrian, I'm kind of hoping you've turned that engine off for a nice quiet interview, but I don't think that's correct.
I wanted you to hear me well this time, so I've decided to stop the engine, but yeah, it was a tricky day today.
Esa-Pekka Lappi and Eni Malkinen's temperature problems made it a full house for Hyundai, and after losing nearly 3 minutes on the opening stage, Lappi was still driving right on the edge.
EP with a bit of a moment.
Yeah.
He never fails to deliver, does he, eh?
Josh McAleen and Owen Tracy also suffered overheating issues with their Rally 1 Puma, nearly 4 minutes off the pace at the end of day 1. At the top of the leaderboard, Katsuta bounced back from his intercom problems, hungry to make amends.
So, Taka completes.
Good run.
It is a really good run. 7:22 is the time.
But the Japanese driver was pipped to stage victory by Ogier before Payari split the difference between his teammates. The Frenchman fastest by 4 tenths, but pragmatic about the marathon weekend that lies ahead.
Seb, I know you have time to make up after the first one, and it's starting now, quickest so far by over 3 seconds.
Yeah, but here you play with little tenths. In the first one it was minute difference with the rain, so that's the way it is.
So, after Thursday's stages, Solberg leads by 33.3 seconds from Evans, with Ogier over a minute behind in third. Katsuta a further 10 seconds back, while Sami Payari completes the top 5. Here's Kiri and Evans to summarise the day's action and look ahead to day 2.
It's the full safari experience, it really is, and it just is undescribable, the atmosphere here now. And I have to say, the weather is calm right now, the vibe is calm, the cars are back for the night. Tomorrow morning it will turn absolutely electric once again. We are just sort of standing here waiting for Esa-Pekka to pull back in. He pulled in to the media zone. It's probably about 3 minutes from there. They work their way through and all the way back up to here for this service, and this service is going to be important. They're going to see what they can do to make this better.
I mean, you're talking about the vibe, and just behind us here it's a meeting going on with all the engineers, and yeah, Cyril, well, I think Andrew Whitley, they're all FX. They're working on they are trying to figure out what's going on, how to fix this problem, because I think it's one thing is a setup, you can always change something, but when you have this overheating, you are losing so much time. So the main thing now is to change the radiator, try to fix the problem, see if they can do anything to avoid getting this radiator blocked up with mud.
Because the problem is, Camp Moran's first thing tomorrow morning, that's going to provide plenty of problems for them first on. It's not like they can get through a couple of stages and hope that they
carry
can
on that problem until midday service. So it's a really big issue for the team, so they are working so hard now.
Camp Moran, then Loldia, straight back to back. These are long stages tomorrow. All right, we've got to squeeze an Esa-Pekka before we leave you for the night, so let's listen into his interview.
Well, Esa-Pekka, first of all, arriving a little bit late here into the regroup area. A little bit of an issue in the road section there?
Yeah, not only on the road section, but yeah, we managed to fix it, so all fine.
Talk us through this overheating issue. Obviously, same for all I-20s. Is this just, again, mud in the radiator, something like that?
Ah, yeah, okay.
Or can you elaborate then if it's more serious?
Yeah, I copy.
Come on, what's going on? You can't tell us anymore, no?
No, I said I copy, exactly the thing, But yeah, like after the stage one, we didn't really have any sign on the road section. Everything was normal. So I just then between the stages changed the air filter because that was full of mud. And then I didn't have time to do any other checks. And to be honest, it didn't come to my mind, to check the radiator because everything was fine on the road section. We put blanking, everything was fine, 80 degrees. But then on the stage 2, it wasn't okay.
Going to be a tough few days, isn't it, if those first 2 are anything to go by?
Yeah, it's going to be safari. Huh?
Well, there we go. It's hard to sort of decipher what they can do, but they're certainly going to try and figure something out. Thierry there chatting, like you're saying. The atmosphere, it's not necessarily tense, it's more just actually they've just got to find some solution to get them through. This is a long old weekend. That's just 2 stages worth.
I think they're all, like you can see, they're all working and thinking really hard. I'm not really good with this, I don't know what you call it, but Adrian said, Lapis said that it didn't have any problem on the first stage, but when it dries out, this mud, I believe it's getting, in a way, bigger in between the cooling.
It's almost like a thick clay, isn't it, that it forms? A dry, thick.
And when the mud dries out, it's getting bigger.
Well, that's what the Maasai tribes make their mud houses out of.
Exactly. That's the thing. That's what we tried to describe earlier on today. With like it's been in the oven when it's drying up. So the ruts are getting really hard and stiff, and you have to avoid to hit them on the sidewall on the tire. It's the same with the radiator. The mud is drying up. It's getting so warm. And then it's getting bigger and wider, and then it's blocking up the cooling system and the radiator. So you can't really block it either because then there's no air coming in. So they need to figure out something clever to avoid or to drain or to put some water in.
Something's got to happen. Let's find out. 7:33 tomorrow morning. The first stage will start. Myself and Ivan will be on air with you at 7 o'clock. But Camp Moran, it's the big one. It's the beast that we head back into. Then the longest stage of the weekend, Loldia. And at the geothermal stage, you will all know these names. And then Kadong coming one by one by one. We repeat the exact loop in the afternoon in a different sort of format, losing Camp Moran out there because we've obviously already seen that, but then the Mozambique stage comes back in at the end there. All right, well, as perfect timing, Esa-Pekka pulls into the shot, and he is the last of the P1 cars to finish up this evening's proceedings. It's goodbye from myself and Ivan after a very dramatic day. Only 2 stages down. There's 18 more still to come your way. The drama, the excitement, the atmosphere, and the safari animals all coming. Can you handle it?
No, I can't.
See you tomorrow morning, bright and early.